bibia computer show we you card na woko we you card ekrobia we you card na
Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye, nyamiye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye, nyamiye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye, nyamiye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye. Obidia sida beba, Obidia ye beba, Obizo de nyuntu beba, Ibobo mwaka senya miye, nyamiye.
Welcome aboard. As 25 minutes past the top of that, 9 o'clock, and this is Good Evening Ghana. It's on live on Metro TV, isn't it? All right, today we have important issues for you. So what we've done so far is what we call the teaser. The Baumia and this countryman Songo is gone. We're going to go to the photographs of the campaign, as has become our custom in this election season. Photographs from both campaigns we'll share with you on the touchscreen. It's already started rolling behind me. Good evening. Welcome to our friends from Asokwa. Adenta Kumi tells me that he's with you and you are loving the program. Good show, good show, good show. Tonight, we have bombastic issues to deal with because the Honorable Nana Komia is appearing on Good Evening Ghana for the first time in about 15 years, I think. He's usually on Good Morning Ghana on Fridays, but he's appearing here for the first time in 15 years. And we have critical questions for him. Those of you who saw our flyer, you know what questions we have for Nana Komia. He's coming up. Also, we have a disability candidate, a disabled individual who is excited about the manifestos on disability, what both parties are saying. You know that earlier today, President John Agyekum Kufuor organized by his foundation, the John Kufuor Foundation, a disability forum where Gabriel Poaman, JSC, Justice of the Supreme Court, spoke. So we'll talk about disability a little bit tonight as well, because we have to secure and foster a society that accepts disability and helps disabled people. That's a modern society, and every politician who wants to lead must have an idea about how he's going to do with disability. Good evening to you, Dudu from Esiakwa, if you are listening. It's always a pleasure to know that you're watching. Okay, All right. Ambassador Kwesi Pratt has also sent me something that apparently is sent to other people, broadcast on maybe his WhatsApp page. He's concerned about some of the things that we have said about him here, and he's issued a rejoinder that we shall read in great detail. We'll look at that as well. We still do not see eye to eye with him, but we'll read his rejoinder and explain to you why we don't see eye to eye with him. He says that he has not endorsed Bawumia and that it has been reported to him that I have been part of a cabal that is saying that he endorsed Bawumia. We didn't say that he endorsed Bawumia. We can never say that. And we know that he will not endorse Bawumia. We know that. So we will remind viewers of what we said. And then we will read his statement, and you'll see that we didn't say what he's alleging that we said. We couldn't have said that Kwesi Pratt has endorsed Bawumia. We said, as the news report said, that Kwesi Pratt has given 3 reasons why, if the NDC is not careful, Bawumia could win. Those 3 reasons are not exclusive to Kwesi Pratt. They are reasons that has come up in almost every survey. That John Mahama is doing 1 term, is it Kwesi Pratt who is going to tell us is a constitutional limitation. So we know it. We don't need Kwesi Pratt to tell us that. So if he emphasizes that, and we say that Kwesi Pratt has said so, does it mean that we are saying he's endorsing Bawumia's truth? Certainly not. Absolutely not. We'll deal with it. All right. So we'll read Kwesi Pratt's rejoinder. Nana Akufo-Addo was found in a video that's trending, in a video reel where he was at a function in the Eastern region, and the MC had quite a bit to say. We'll share that with you as well. Also, MPP running mate, presidential running mate, Matthew Poku Prempeh is always in the news, isn't he? He's come up in the news again. He said something quite strange about his relationship with the ghost of Kwame Nkrumah. And he put it in parallel with John Mahama's relationship with the ghost of Professor Mills. It's very confusing. But Napo said that. He compared what he had heard had been said about him in relation to what the ghost of Kwame Nkrumah will do to him. And then he put a parallel sequence and explained that if the ghost can do that, then Professor Mills's ghost has some work to do on John Dramani Mahama. We'll show you the video so you can assess it yourself. All right. The big story tonight, though, is the Electoral Commission. The National Democratic Congress today embarked on a nationwide Electoral Commission. At the end of the process, they have given the Electoral Commission 1 week, after which they say they will continue the process. Tonight, we'll come and deal with the Electoral Commission versus the NDC issues in great detail, and then we'll try and explain it the way we understand it. We have also asked the Electoral Commission to give us an interview, which they are considering. If they oblige, I'm sure this week, in our next edition on Thursday, you'll see an interview with the Electoral Commission to sort of understand what is the NDC's concern and what is the Electoral Commission's issues. So we'll look at it. That's coming up on our main part of the program. And then Lawyer Balfour is in Kumasi. He's just replaced Matthew Poku Prempeh as the member of parliament for, as the parliamentary candidate for Menchia North. Matthew Poku Prempeh is still the member of parliament for Menchia North. So he still can attend parliamentary sessions, even as he's campaigning to be running mate of the New Patriotic Party, if the party should win. So we'll talk about Balfour in a little bit. But the big story tonight is that Nana Akufo-Addo is in the studio for an interview. Okay, so let's see the photograph. This is Mahamudu Bawumia again. Everywhere he goes, exciting people. And then from here, we will now understand why President Mahama is raising issues about how the civil society, in terms of traditional civil society and the clergy, have been responding to Bawumia. Mr. Mahama has complained about it. But let's look at the genuineness of the photographs. People seem to genuinely like him, except something has been orchestrated, and you can tell, you can glean that from the photograph if he's been orchestrated. Look at the gentleman here. Look at this. Look at how happy he is. Is he a trotro mate? I'm guessing he is, because he has like a towel or cloth in his neck, which we the mates usually like to put in our neck. Yeah, I've been a mate before, back in the day when you're a mate, you have to put that in your neck because you're cleaning your face all the time. So I understand the language. So I think he's a mate. See how he's happy about it. Maybe because the petrol prices have gone down by 2 cedis or so, which is significant in times like this when you see government announcing that petrol prices has gone down, or petrol sellers are saying the prices have gone down, and you see the vice president and you feel that he's responsible for the petrol price going down, you will be very excited like that. Oh, Mahamudu Bawumia is having a time of his life, isn't he? Now here you have Dr. Bawumia in a tough embrace with one of the traditional leaders, Kwabena J. Japan, in the photograph, looking at it with such great satisfaction. Dr. Bawumia has done a great job to get people on the campaign trail and supporting him. That's the crowds, that is all over. I'm just enjoying the 2024 campaign. It's looking very, 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 very good. with the crowds coming out and the enthusiasm is there. Did you hear the survey that the researchers at Jubilee House reported? Apparently, the government has asked these researchers to commission research, and after interviewing 28,000 people, they have John Dramani Mahama and Mahamudu Bawumia neck and neck at 46 point something and 49 point something. With 2 months to go, that's what the survey says. NDC has rejected it, saying that they are not on 46 point something. They are going to win a first round. That's the research that the MPP has brought up. The Waterloo, however, for the government, as advised by the researchers, is that scandals and decision-making can hurt the MPP. Scandals and decision-making can hurt the MPP. If the MPP knows anything at all, they have to keep themselves out of scandal for 2 months, and then they just might coast to a victory. But if the scandals come up within the 2 months, the survey suggests that that can hurt the MPP. The survey didn't say what can hurt the NDC. They didn't tell us, because it was a survey commissioned, I believe, by the president. He wanted to see what is happening, and this is what is happening. Is it good or bad? You tell me what you think. Okay, so all the crowds are cheering, and this must be the parliamentary candidate standing behind Mahamudu Bawumia. I also like the photographers for this situation. They're doing very well, both those who photograph for NDC and MPP, and I'm excited that photography is gaining grounds in our society. Every modern society has a very important part for photography, and that seems to be happening. Thanks to Instagram and Snap and all that, people are recognizing photography, and it's doing very well. That's Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. Beautiful photograph. I like his, oh, wow! Whose son is this? This guy is next president of Ghana in the future. Whoa! Whose son is this? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at him. Does he even know how to say Bawumia or how to say John Mahama? I just love Ghanaians. You know, they take their children to these things to tell them it's civic. You see, you are imbibing in the child's civic responsibilities. It's very, very important. We don't want to be like countries where voter apathy is always there. They don't think about it. This guy is going to grow up and he's going to attend more rallies. He's going to say that he wants to be a member of parliament, which is important. So he has to be told now that if you want to be a member of parliament, these are the standards. He shouldn't go to rally and hear the people speaking at the rally using insulting words and provocative words. He should grow up going to the rally and hear the people at the rally advocating and advancing hope and advancing possibilities and talking about policy and telling how they can make Ghana better. If he hears that at this age and he grows up with that, Ghana will be a better place in 2054. And that's where we want to go. We don't want politicians who are coming to insult, and we don't want journalists whose program is full of insults. We don't want that. This guy doesn't need that. This is Ghana. This guy right here is the future of Ghana. What he hears, what goes into his head, and the behavior patterns that he observes, that's all that put together, the aggregate of that will be the future of Ghana. So that's why I'm excited about seeing this guy at the rally. But I'm also very worried that what is he going to hear at the rally? What are the people who are standing on the platform saying? Are they saying the proper things? Whether it's NDC or MPP, CPP, or it's a two big guys or Lanchemati, are they saying the right things so that this guy will grow up in a culture where he knows that intellect matters, where he knows that peace is important, where he knows that loving one another is important, where he knows that protecting the environment is important? Is he going to get these lessons by attending the rally grounds? Certainly, he should attend the rally grounds, but we, the adults, should be careful that what are we imbibing in young people like this? It's very, very important. I get excited when I see them, but I also get frightened. What is he going to hear? Anyway, congratulations to his parents, whoever they are. I think that's very good. Mahamudu Bawumia again, with some of the women at the market. But these security people, they squeeze their face. They squeeze their face too much. They're not going to beat somebody or something. These security people, they should be careful. Oh. All right. Still, I mean, this campaign, we have to say, though, that this whistle stop house-to-house campaign was actually popularized by Professor J.A. Mills. He introduced this campaign into Ghana's political situation in 2008. And credit to people like Koko Anyidoho all the time who discuss. I remember in those days, Koko Anyidoho was under so much pressure that he had to do press conference to explain to the NDC faithfuls that the big rallies will come. But right now, Professor Mills is doing whistle stops, and it paid off. That 25,000 short of votes that Akufo-Addo needed to win 2008, I guess, went to the other side because of some of these whistle stops where people can press flesh, they can look at the politician, they can touch him and all of that. And since then, many politicians have. Akufo-Addo used it to effect in 2016, and Mahamudu Bawumia is really using the same principle. Thanks be to Professor Mills. May he rest in eternal peace. Tonight we'll be talking about him because Napo says something that the ghost of Mills will be doing something to President Mahama. I don't understand it. Anyway, all right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so this is Muhammadu Bawumia again. The people are excited. It looks genuine, unless somebody can explain. But they are really, really, really excited to see the vice president. Completely excited to see the vice president. They really, oh, I see Bawumia's photograph here. You know, I went to school with his younger brother. His name is Yakubu, but they call him Jake. And if you look at this photograph, that's exactly Yakubu you see over there. I'll look for Yakubu in one of the photographs and I'll show you. I was in school with him. He's called Yakubu Bawumia. I remember him very well. Tall guy. Okay, so that's Muhammadu Bawumia still there. Oh, wow. Look at this guy, for instance. You see, even if this guy has to be excited because looking at him directly, this guy right here, this guy right here, this guy here, this man here. Oh, why is my camera and my TV doing that? This guy here, this man. Look at his, he's not smiling broadly or cheering, but look at his admiration in his eyes for the vice president. Look at it. You can tell that this guy is really admiring. This guy is excited, yes. This guy may not even be a party man. You see, people like this, they are not really too party. He's not even wearing a party shirt. He's not party like that. But he probably heard the vice president is coming. He wants to see him. Look at the admiration with which he's observing the vice president interact with the people at the constituency. That's certainly very, very good. Muhammadu Bawumia is enjoying the moment. He's really, really enjoying the moment, and he's beginning to think that maybe he should have started politics earlier. The banking kept him in the offices for too long. Getting out of the street is one skill that he has. And that, oh, wow. Oh, I see. This one is good. So you see, the security man is trying to block the people from touching the boss. But it's going on, isn't it? It's really, really going on. Okay, here we are. Uniting to retain the Amasaman seat. Oh, wow. This happened in Amasaman in Greater Accra region. All right, let me go through quickly because I understand that Anakomia has arrived. Oh, that's the legendary vice president. Hey, Chala, I like his shoes. So look at, let's look at it. No, here on Good Evening Ghana, we look at everything. So please forgive me. Oh man, Charlie, that's the vice president's shoes, man. Charlie, these shoes have seen a lot. The guy has been walking. Oh wow. You know, the other day they were talking about Akufo-Addo auctioning the shoes that he had used in 2016. It's still there. I mean, maybe next year he will do something and auction it. The shoes that he had used for his campaign in 2016 is still there. This is Dr. Bawumia's shoes for 2024. Please tell him that if he wants to auction it, I want it. Please tell Dr. Bawumia that whenever he's auctioning the shoes, I want it. It's very, very nice. Okay. We shall retain the Amasaman seat. We shall introduce flat rate tax system. Okay, that's what the placards are saying. Later tonight, we'll be seeing a lot more placards from the NDC demonstration. Bawumia ladies, Amasaman. Amasaman, I believe, is a seat that the MPP already has, and they are hoping that they will be able to retain it. Let's see the next set of photographs for John Dramani Mahama. There you go. I like the NDC's new way of appearing with a white shirt with John Mahama written at the breast pocket area. John Mahama with one of the old ladies who attended the campaign, and I like to see that as well. Old people attending the campaign is nice. It means that they still have faith in Ghana. They know that they may not live that long left because they are old. They have another 20, 30 years, but Ghana will grow beyond that, and they are interested in shaping policy for the future that they may not be part of. That's always very, very encouraging. Another older woman here with John Dramani Mahama. Look at the lady. Look at how old she is. And she goes to a campaign rally ground just to shake hands with John Mahama. And I like what she's wearing. It appears to me that she's in the national colors as opposed to the NDC colors. And that's very, very interesting. It means she's making a point that she is about Ghana. She believes that John Mahama is the best for Ghana. And that is very, very good. Again, John Mahama still interacting with people here on the in the streets, isn't it? He's shaking hands with one of the leaders. Very interesting. And all the people around are watching him. Okay, this is John Mahama interacting with the chiefs. One chief here. Okay, I like the chief's face, man. The guy is serious guy. He looks like an old soldier. Was he an old soldier? Because the guy looks he's standing very straight and attention and looking the president in the eye. Okay, interesting. Look at the security. Why are they always frowning their face like that? Okay, more interaction with chiefs. John Dramani Mahama shaking hands with some chiefs. and some opinion leaders during the 2024 campaign when he hit the road. I believe that he was also in the Greater Accra region. Now I see a gentleman in suit. Is he the member of parliament for the area? Maybe. John Mahama is shaking hands with him. And a lot of handshake photographs from the John Mahama camp. Opinion leaders welcoming His Excellency, the former president. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is really good. You can see the old lady is completely excited to meet John Dramani Mahama, the former president. This is totally amazing. Completely amazing. Now, Samuel Ofusompofo, is that him? Yes, sure, it is him. The former chairman of the party interacting with John Dramani Mahama. Mr. Mahama is still in his black spectacles and exchanging pleasure. That's Valerie Sawyer in the background over there. So this must have been in Greater Accra campaign. John Dramani Mahama and Ofusompofo. This must be the member of parliament for the area, I believe. Who? Okay, I didn't get the name well. Oh, same parliamentary candidates. These are NDC leadership sitting on the stage. I believe the man in the yellow is Julius Deborah. Yes, that's the unmistakable figure of the former chief of staff, Ambassador Julius Deborah. Oh, okay. This must be in Greater Accra for sure, because I see the Wolomo dressed over there. So this is more John Mahama campaign. Now, President Mahama addressing. Who is sitting? Oh, that's Tandogwe. He must be tired. Charlie, the guy is working so hard. He's sitting on the speaker. He's tired. Charlie, these campaigns, it's brutal and it's exciting that Ghana has gotten to the level where we run campaigns like they do it anywhere in the world. Planned, official, movement, police control. The police have been doing a massive job in this campaign. I think that we have to really recognize them. The police are the unsung heroes of this campaign. They are with Baumia, they are with Mahama, they are with parliamentary candidates. Look, the police have been doing a great job in this campaign. That you haven't heard anything means that the police are doing an excellent work. Please, if you are home and you have a relative who is a policeman, tell him that we salute him. If you have a relative who is a policewoman, tell her that we salute her. And if you are a policeman yourself watching, we salute you in the highest. Look, they have shown that Ghana is a modern country. They are protecting the opposition candidates the same way they protect the government candidates. And they are with the parliamentary. You just have to call them. I'm a parliamentary candidate. I'm campaigning for this. Even at Tubiga, that people say that he will get 0%. The police are with him. As soon as you say you're a presidential candidate, the police come to you and say, you're a presidential candidate, where are you going next? Let us know where you're going so that we can protect you. And they've been doing such an excellent job. I mean, the Ghana police have been doing a great job in this campaign. And that's why we are seeing all these beautiful photographs. All these photographs are not happening because of nothing. The police are there. They've cordoned off the place. They've been there before the candidate comes. They've spoken to the candidate, telling that you can pass here, you can't pass here. Candidates are coordinating with them, and it's working. Ghana is truly working. That's good. That's very good. Not many African countries can boast of this. People go to political rallies and campaigns without any fear of anything will happen. John Mahama says, vote for the NDC candidate, and that's very interesting and exciting. Okay, the Wolomos are there as well. Oh wow, John Mahama has a lot of old ladies with him, man. Are they his mother's friends, or who are they? But this is another very powerful one. She's in the John Mahama cloth, and I like the commitments that she's showing to the umbrella family. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so here are the still opinion leaders listening to John Dramani Mahama. Some people have a problem with John Mahama not wearing party colors. But Dr. Baumia too doesn't wear party colors. He also wears white, so it's okay, isn't it? All right, now, what's the time? Hey, we are getting into... let's get to the videos now. Let's get to the videos. Get to the Dr. Baumia and John Mahama campaign. They've been facing off each other in the campaign. John Mahama says something, Baumia says, I heard John Mahama said this is the answer. And then John Mahama said, I heard Baumia was saying something, this is the answer. First, let's see John Dramani Mahama. He was complaining that people are not telling Dr. Baumia the truth. What does he mean by that? This is what he said. Charlie, campaigns are brutal, viewers. I like to listen to that. I like to listen to that again. I like the way President Mahama put it, you know. He said what? Anywhere Dr. Bawumia goes, the people are praising. Those who don't speak tree, he simply said that. When Dr. Bawumia goes to the priest, they pray for him and say that he will be successful. And then he goes to the shrine, they pray for him and say he will be successful. Then he goes to traditional leaders, they pray for him and say he will be successful. How can this, the word he used, I have to translate it nicely. How can this, what word will I use? Abayefon is what, please? Something. How can this government that is not doing well win elections again? And that's what he told the people. And I like the way he put it. And it shows that the campaign is getting to the home stretch. It shows that the endorsement that Dr. Bawumia is getting is hitting John Dramani Mahama. But John Mahama has been president before. He has received the same endorsement. And even in this campaign, in some places that John Mahama has gone, the chiefs have said that he will win. I think he went somewhere in another region. The chief, they even installed him as a chief. And they said that he will win. So some chiefs said Dr. Bawumia will win. Some chiefs have said John Mahama will win. But I get the sense that Dr. Bawumia's own is more. I mean, the preponderance of Dr. Bawumia's engagements with the chiefs and the narrative that comes out all the time where they endorse him and say that he will win is quite significant. And I'm sure that's what John Mahama is doing. Maybe John Mahama's handlers should tell him that he should ignore Dr. Bawumia and send his message to the people. Discussing Dr. Bawumia on the platform may not be necessary. It may be good, but it may not be necessary. What he needs to do is to focus on his message to the people, focus on his policy to the people. Dr. Bawumia doesn't talk about John Mahama. He goes and sends his message of digitalization to the people, his commitment to continue free SHS, he sends it to the people, his commitment to continue with gold for oil, he sends it to the people. He discusses the difficulty of the economy and explains why we are where we are and tells them where we were before and what he can do. I think President Mahama should focus on that and really drive home the point to the people to push him up to where he wants to be, because without telling the people what he wants to do with the baggage of a historical presidency, without he discussing the historical presidency, and without he also talking about his policy for today, I don't know how the people are going to just decide to vote for him. Listen to President Mahama again. Have a look.
Yebeko ohinibiho oseo yebo abaso ejuma pa wa ye no na de Yakwa soria ni amana koto ho o ye shira wo ubedi nkunim wa ya depa ezu okombosom ha ni ehwehwe ensa egu abosom no so e ka se wa ya de ye bosom no bedi wechi na wedi nkunim biom abanfo we wo bedi nkunim biom.
And then Dr. Bawumia said that he had heard John Mahama saying something, so he kind of responded. Here is what Dr. Bawumia said.
Ahemfo, imams, osofo, CSOs, umuye hypocrites. What you did that? Now say so did the electoral commission and then so I say MPP government, a foolish government. Hey, what you did that? Where Kasa Edofi Umapenyin that enum. We must have limited at least some standards of decency in the language we speak as politicians. Election year intended is about ideas. Only ideas are then you insult people. Now what ideas are you present your ideas? Here you will bold solutions to problems. We see a foolish government, but we have created more jobs than your government. We have built more roads than your government. We have built more interchanges than your government. We have built more bridges than your government. We have built more factories than your government. We have built more schools than your government. We have built more hospitals than your government. We have built more courthouses than your government. We have built more sanitation facilities than your government. We have built more social beds than your government. We have built more sports facilities than your government. We have built more fiber optic cable than your government. Every sector of the economy, we have done better than you. Now see a foolish government. Every sector, anything I may say, Uji Hundia, Branaya debate, one-on-one, many will play, debate. Uji Hundia, Branaya debate, one-on-one. Osro, because he knows, sir, I speak with data. I speak with data. You want to share baby ayedeba. Ever bought Ghana for.
We have built more schools than your government. We have built more hospitals than your government. We have built more roads than your. He said what? But when did Baumia land the tree? Charlie, this guy is brilliant. When did he land the tree? But 2017 he couldn't speak. 2018 he couldn't speak tree. Oh wow! He said, "If you're hey, Charlie, the guy is speaking tree like he was raised in Mensah with Napo together." Wow, this matter. But as for this issue of insults, we have said it and said it and said it, but some people will not listen. Media Foundation for West Africa, they said that the NDC media, they've been insulting. So it looks like the NDC political class is insulting. So their media, to Bobier of the station, what's it called? Class FM. Bobier, 98% of his narratives, an NDC journalist. No problem with that. He can be NDC journalist, that's fine. But his 98% of his narrative is insult and unsubstantiated. It was a research organization that is not friendly to Akufo-Addo that found out those details. That 98% of what he says, Bobier at the radio station, 98% of what he said is unsubstantiated and is full of insults. That's how they do their broadcast. And the Media Foundation for West Africa identified that majority of radio and TV insults is from the NDC journalists. But Baumia is alleging that the NDC political class are also saying the same thing. That when you don't have ideas, you insult. What are we telling the children? When you don't have ideas, you just keep quiet. You don't insult because you are teaching the children something wrong. But they feel it's some pleasure. They insult and they are happy, and they are happy that they insult. So it's okay. I mean, well, the voters will decide, wouldn't they? The voters should decide. And when they decide, we all follow, isn't it? All right. John Mahama also said something that is also quite serious. He said that in the circumstances of what is happening now, and the NDC have built this victim analysis. When something is happening in the country, then they say, if it was NDC, like by now, where is this victim thing coming from? NDC has all the media. Apart from this media, which tries to project right-wing policy, all the media is NDC. Every media is projecting NDC because it is believed that media must be on the side of the opposition. That's fair, no problem. But NDC has more media than MPP. And yet NDC complain that if this was happening under NDC, everybody would do. If this was happening under NDC, why don't they ask themselves that? Why is it that if something is happening under MP, people don't complain, but if it's NDC, people are complaining? What is the rationale behind that? Are they just calling people hypocrites and calling people dishonest? The whole civil society is with NDC. All of them are with NDC. Or, let me put it again, all of them are against Akufo-Addo. The entire civil society machinery has been marshaled against Akufo-Addo. Because of the meeting he had with them many years ago, he told them off in the Jubilee House that he is civil society. So this is the civil society thing, they should wait. He knows what to do. He knows what to write. He knows how to govern. He understands what to do. And that he's been an important part of the Fourth Republic getting to where we are so that civil society can even thrive. Because he laid down his life so that civil society can thrive today. He made these points to them. And then they're angry. So all civil society are supporting NDC. And yet NDC say that they are the victims of the narrative, the general narrative being put out, because if it was MPP, it would. I really can't wrap my head around that. Somebody must help me to understand it. Maybe when Anakomia comes, he might help me to understand it. This is what John Mahama said, which is quite serious. He's advocating, advocating may not be the right word, but he is sort of relishing a coup d'etat. I don't know. Listen.
Anka saa katasehye ne proye a akoso ewo MPP aban mu. Anka ye NDC aban a anka by now soldier for etu ya aban ne fi ho. Me na meka no kra na meka kire mo. Katasehye ne proye ene ewisem ene kronobo a akoso ewo Baumia ne Akufo-Addo aban mu. Anka ye NDC ene koso ewo NDC aban mu a anka say ye two aban negu.
Let's do the analysis. John Mahama is concerned that the kinds of things that have happened under NDC government, if it had happened under MPP government, it would have taken over the coup d'etat. Mutinying soldiers would have taken over the government if it was under NPP. And the NDC. Let's look at the Fourth Republic. How many times has a coup d'etat been organized in the Fourth Republic? How many times has a court convicted people of a coup d'etat in the Fourth Republic? It happened once. and it happened under Akufo-Addo's administration. It didn't happen under NDC administration. So if at all anybody should be worried about a coup d'etat, it is MPP who should be worried about a coup d'etat, because it is in their tenure that the courts, the high courts, had to convict people for treason, preparing and planning to overthrow the government of Akufo-Addo in 2018. The high court has concluded the matter and found people guilty of it. So what is President Mahama talking about? I don't quite get it. But this is a serious matter, and I hope civil society are going to deal with it, because when the campaigning former president is relishing a coup d'etat and arguing that the things that have happened, if they happened under his tenure, there would have been a coup d'etat, I don't understand it. Because in his tenure, there was darkness all over the country for 3.5 years. What is worse than that? Not just darkness, but inability to do business. Inability for small-scale people to conduct their business because of the power failure. Not just darkness in the night, which creates frustration and makes people uncomfortable, but also that the business has been affected. And there was no coup d'etat. 3.5 years of blackout. John Dramani Mahama, 3.5 years. No coup d'etat. Nobody talked about it. You talk about a situation where the lights have been on for 8 years, except a blip of 3-4 months. And things have been working in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Things were working perfect. Inside COVID, Ghana was talked about as one of the countries who handled COVID the best in the African continent. And then you say that that situation warrants a coup more than throwing people in darkness for 3.5 years. That does not warrant a coup. I have never heard an argument like that before. Please, President Mahama must come again. You put the country in blackout 3.5 years. There was no coup. Nobody talked about coup. And you are saying that today there should be coup. Please play the Mahama tape again. Let's understand what he's trying to say. Play the tape again.
Share ne proya akoso ewo MPP abamu anka ye NDC abaya anka by now soldier for etu ya by ne fi ho me na meka no kra na meka kire mo katase share ne proye ene ewisam ene kronobo akoso ewo baumia ne Akufo-Addo abamu anka ye NDC ene koso ewo NDC abamu a
US, you have to help me. You have to help me. It says Katashe Proye ne Koswa Bemanka you to abaino, because it's the civil society and the media and the general Ghanaian narrative favors the MPP more than it does the NDC. I cannot agree with President Mahama on this one. I cannot, because in his tenure there was darkness. People's businesses were affected for 3.5 years. If you're an organizer for 3.5 years, you're out. You're a hairdresser for 3.5 years, you're out. Schools had to be out because there's no electricity. And we didn't know when it was going to end. Every day we hear that tomorrow. The frustration was real and palpable. And then nobody talked about coup in those circumstances. But John Dramani Mahama says that in the circumstance that we currently are, if it was NDC in this situation, there would have been a coup d'etat. But the NDC situation under his tenure was worse than this. What is worse than having a blackout and not being able to do your business? What is worse than that? Yeah, the dollar is very bad. We all understand that. Yeah, the prices have been going up. Except recently, petrol price went down. We found a small glimmer of hope. But that's global. It's happening everywhere. And we are trying hard. And it's very, very hard in Ghana. But the lights are on. People's school fees have been paid by the government. Secondary school fee is September. Go and check the secondary schools. Go to Presa, go to Accra Academy, go to Infantiman, go to Kumprugu Yo-Yo, go to Damango Secondary School. School fees has been paid by the government. You didn't pay anybody's school fees, and you turn the lights off. And you come and tell us today that coup d'etat is warranted today, and it wasn't warranted in your time. What kind of logic is this? You were telling me, what kind of logic is this? You come and tell me that a situation where Ghanaian children are having their school fees paid as a result of a global crisis, there's a lot of difficulty in the economy, no problem about that, no doubt about it. There is a problem, but no doubt about it. It is certainly a problem, but no doubt about it. And that's happening now, of course, it's true. But you tell me that the situation is so bad, but people's school fees are still being paid. And in your situation, you were not paying anybody's school fees. You didn't have any factory for people to work in. And the lights were turned off. People's small businesses that they were doing, they couldn't proceed with it because the light is gone off. Organizers, hairdressers, everybody, tailors, they couldn't go on. And you tell me that this situation warrants a coup more than 2014, 2015, I cannot accept that logic. I don't know how many will accept it. Let's see what goes on. Anyway, now Napo says something about John Dramani Mahama. That is confusing. And that's why they put these photographs here. President Mahama here, Professor J.E.A. Mills here, and Matthew Poku Prempeh there. What did he say? Have a look.
Nanui, Otako G. Micah, one person, Papa Gilcha Ghana for no. Or say, Kwame Nkrumah, Esther Maiwa, and Kamina Napo, Kobaba Bomosun. Mr. Billy Kachan said, Sir President Mills, Samaiwa, and Korudo Mamo, the prison. Nanui, Otako G. Micah, one person, Papa Gilcha Ghana for no. Or say, Kwame Nkrumah, Esther Maiwa, and Kamina Napo, Kobaba Bomosun. Mr. Billy Kachan said, Sir President Mills, Samaiwa, and Korudo Mamo, the prison.
I don't understand it, so I can't run any commentary on this one. I don't understand it. You have to ask Napo. When I get an interview opportunity, we've sent him an interview request. When I get an interview opportunity, I'll ask him, but I really don't understand. He says that John Mahama said that if Kwame Nkrumah's ghost was alive, he would have beaten him up. But if ghost can beat, then he, John Mahama, if Professor Mills' ghost was alive, like John Mahama would be in prison. But the ghosts, are they judges? Can they put people in prison? I don't know. I don't know whether ghosts, they can be Supreme Court judges and put people in prison. Because prison there, you have to, it's not ghost who does it, it's human being. The judge, he writes by courts, by order. That's what happens. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Ambassador Kwesi Pratt sent me a text today that I sort of argued with him on the text on the WhatsApp platform. I said, Kwesi Pratt, what are you talking about? So what did we say? So we said here that Kwesi Pratt has discussed, and he did discuss it. He has discussed 3 ways in which Bawumia could win, and he was saying it as a caution to the NDC. Never in this program did we say that Kwesi Pratt has endorsed Mahamudu Bawumia. We won't say that because we know that he will not do that. And the narrative that we read out does not suggest endorsement. We don't do that here. We don't fabricate. No. So please tell Ambassador Kwesi Pratt, our good uncle, Uncle, if you are watching, we don't fabricate things here. We don't do that. We've never done that before. 20-something years of this show. We don't fabricate. So we analyze it. You said 3 things. And we put out the 3 things that you said. 1, you said Bawumia is managing to distance himself from the Akufo-Addo failed legacy. 1, you said that. 2, that Bawumia is making himself the pivotal person to be able to continue the implementation of free SHS as compared to his competitor John Dramani Mahama. You said that. That's also true. And then you also said that the Bawumia is making a meal of the John Mahama potential 1 term of a constitutional limitation. Now, all these 3 things Ambassador Kwesi Pratt said, none of these 3 things cannot be foretold by anyone. Any political, the most basic infantile is the wrong word. The most cursory analysis of the political situation will bring up these 3 points as being points in favor of Bawumia and against John Dramani Mahama. We don't need Kwesi Pratt to tell us that John Mahama is running for 1 term. It's a constitutional limitation. It's not Kwesi Pratt who wrote the constitution. It's not the one who's going to tell us. We all know that according to the executive articles of the 1992 constitution, a candidate who has already run 1 term only has 1 term to go. It is very basic. Kwesi Pratt need not tell us that. Okay. That Mahamudu Bawumia will be the one who can implement Akufo-Addo's free SHS is also fundamental because the NDC had campaigned against free SHS. If the NDC did not campaign against free SHS, there's no problem. But the NDC and its principal access of today, fundamentally, Fifi Kwete, the General Secretary, John Dramani Mahama, the presidential candidate, had all campaigned with narratives and videos that still exist against free SHS. Johnson Asiedu Nketia had campaigned against free SHS. So if the analysis comes out and it says that Mahamudu Bawumia is more believed to implement free, is that Kwesi Pratt is the one telling us that? Okay. The other thing he said, that Mahamudu Bawumia is distancing himself from the Akufo-Addo's, as he called it, failures in this Mamistia situation. But if you say these 3 things, you are not endorsing Bawumia. We didn't say that you endorse Bawumia. Anyway, let's get to his statement. Kwesi Pratt's rejoinder. He says, have they put it out? Yes, he says, okay, good, it's here. My attention has been drawn to a report circulating on the internet stating that I, referring to himself, Kwesi Pratt, have predicted victory for Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia in the upcoming presidential election. According to the report, this prediction was made on the morning show of Pan-African Television on the 5th of September 2024. The report is entirely false, he says. I have traveled and have not participated in discussions on Pan-African TV or any other Ghanaian media platform for roughly 1 month. To be clear, I have never predicted Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's victory in 2024 elections. The facts on the ground point to a completely different outcome. Further, for the avoidance of doubt, I have never called on Ghanaians to vote for or support Dr. Bawumia's campaign in any way whatsoever. Clearly, this falsehood is the work of desperate and unscrupulous forces in the Bawumia campaign machine living in a fool's paradise. Hey, I see. I didn't know the words were strong like that. My message to these forces is show some respect for the electorate. The 2024 elections cannot be won by such deceitful and scandalous gimmick. Kwesi Pratt Jr. Okay, so we read a statement. So what's the point? What's the point? Kwesi Pratt Jr. doesn't deny that he said the things he said. He doesn't even say the things that is attributed to him. He doesn't. And we're going to analyze it very strictly because here we are doing media business and we are doing intellectual analysis. Forget about relationships. Let's deal with it. This is the content analysis. What is Kwesi Pratt saying? Please, I gave them, Kweku Baku has written something about, I sent it to the producer. Please, it's very, very important. Kweku Baku's thing I sent to him. Tell him, it's very important. Okay. Now, he says, I have never predicted Dr. Bawumia's victory in 2024 election. The facts on that, why is Kwesi Pratt not saying what has been attributed to him? What has been attributed to him is the three things that he said. He should come and say he didn't say that. This is just beating about the bush that have not been on Pan-African TV. It's neither here nor there. An allegation is being made that you said certain things. Come and tell us, I didn't say that. But this thing you are telling us that the facts on the ground points to a completely different account, it's a non-fact. It's hogwash. We don't care. We don't need it. What the facts on the ground point to is not the point. And I'm very serious about it because of what he wrote to me. That I have joined some political people. I don't do those things, Kwesi Pratt. I don't do that. You know me. I analyze. I don't do anything. I'm just analyzing what you are saying. And what you are saying, you've said nothing. You have said nothing. What is the facts on the ground point to a completely different outcome? That means nothing. Come out and say what you are saying. Come out and say the facts on the ground point to John Mahama winning. Then we'll take you on if he doesn't win. And don't hide behind facts. What are the facts? What are the facts on the ground? It means what? It means nothing. Let's deal with it. He says he's never predicted Bawumia will win. Nobody has said that you have predicted Bawumia will win. You made 3 points that is quite well known to everyone. In fact, one of them is a constitutional limitation. So you are not telling us that we already know it. And you are saying that Bawumia is saying these things. And I emphasize it here to say that what Kwesi Pratt is saying, in any case, I even challenge your outcome. That this your number 2 and number 1, they are contradictory. I said so. So please, I'm not here to join propaganda and say that Kwesi Pratt says Bawumia. If Bawumia will win the election, he will win because Kwesi Pratt said he will win. Since 2017, what has Kwesi Pratt said positive for the MPP? Apart from acknowledging, and I like Kwesi Pratt, because he went on Peace FM, and he acknowledged that free SHS is working. He did. He cannot say he didn't. The video is there. Producer, find the video. I'll play it before the end of the program. Kwesi Pratt sat in Kwame Safaka's studio and said free SHS is working. He said so. So what is he talking about? Nobody is saying you have endorsed anything. Let's deal with the facts as they are. I don't know what other media have done. I don't know. But I can speak for what we have done on Good Evening Ghana. Relating to this story, Kwesi Pratt said 3 things. We published all 3. We didn't say he has endorsed Bawumia. But he wrote something to me and said that you have also... I was very, very unhappy with it. And I want to deal... Because when it comes to professional things, I don't mess with it. You can say anything about me, but when I stand here, I am doing fidelity to the facts. This thing he's written means nothing. Why is he running away from the thing that has been said that he said? He should come and say that they said I said this. I never said that. But this, I have not granted an interview. If you have not granted an interview, what did they say you said in that interview that you have not granted? Say it. Let's deal with this content analysis. We have all been trained. We know how to do content analysis. So I don't get the head and tail of Kwesi Pratt's statements. Show some respect to the electorate. What does that mean? Show respect to the electorate. What does that mean? What does it mean? Why are you asking people to show respect to the electorate? What have they done that shows disrespect to the electorate? Point it out. Point it out. That saying so and so is disrespectful to the electorate. Don't just say that show respect to the electorate. It doesn't mean anything. So anyway, we are doing it. He sent it to me that he wants this read. So I've read it, and I'm saying that it is not, there's nothing in it. We have to go further than that. What we said, Kwesi Pratt should say he didn't say that. He said it. He said it. So he should come and say he didn't say that. But if you say those 3 things, are you not predicting victory for Bawumia? You certainly are. Ambassador, you are predicting victory for Bawumia. If you analyze those 3 items, you are predicting victory for Bawumia. You are. You are. You can't say you are not. You certainly are. How can you say 3 things that could potentially make one of the two candidates win and still say that you are not predicting victory for him. What is this? What does it mean? You've said three things, all of which point to the fact that one candidate can win. And then you say, I'm not predicting victory for him. Where a candidate's heart lies, we don't care. Your heart may lie somewhere, your mind may look at it differently. There's no problem about that. Okay, so yeah, all right. Kwesi Pratt, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that we have made that point. Free SHS video, play it. Play it right now.
Until recently, I say, on my addition, na from pa. Na nenti na madri on my addition na from pa ni say. That be Arabe fa de bon krata. Sukua omuti duase. Sukua last week crowd in your buy and suku bi ni prabe o had the teacher ba ko pe ni ade. Intermediate until recently, very recently. I say, in spite of free SHS, we not be ankoso. Kwame, makonya enye bia me di bi virtual. This is education sector no no ankoso.
Really?
Oh, Kwame. I know what I'm talking about. Me so we say me kasatra. Bibi koso. Construction koso. New science laboratories ye bi ni abi. Na anopena bisana na kunyasa na adan moye we na muntumi mbo hu de room amanfo.
Opinion you come asem na koken.
Because
Anokwadro.
Masa nukreni yanka nukre.
Lazy mouth.
Because masa enkofo bebre no omo kan school semwa. Omo jina free SHS. You say free HSS no. Edding. And who can do any other and not get that for. I thought that school my friend could be no crumb baby crown and not acquire some meadi. But so too now share the material available and put to a cost of our Ministry of Education. Open one outside the will be. So we have new science laboratories are here across the country. It explains why examination results no science performance no air cost related. These are the things that we should be talking about. That digitalization nene akika won obi antiasi. Oh, ana masa nana kunya pacho timiye uwe nunia timiye. Omaya iwo musisi ano ahochira baba. Ahochira so de ne kanu masa enyeding so ahochira ba. Uka obi anu sa ahochira ba. Obi odidwa bia enu se taxes cost. Obi odidwa bia enu se cedi no se na 14 cedis to $1 and so on. Ahun traba. Obi odidokun bia enu se dokun boyede. And also na easier to explain, and also na sensation, and no na kanipa direct on them channel. It is a more campaign na mo de digitalization ni emfa ho na mo de campaign. There's some more